Lucky Broken Girl by Ruth. I am not dumb. When we lived in Cuba, I was smart. But when we got to Queens in New York City in the United States of America, I became dumb just because I couldn't speak English. So I got put in the dumb class, fifth grade, PS 11-7. It's the class for boobs and kids who failed at math and reading. Also in it are the kids the teacher called delinquents. They come to school late and talk back and are always chewing gum. Even though they are considered the bad kids, most of them are nice to me. Here, Ruthie, have some chiclets, they whisper and pass me a handful. We are supposed to chew. We weren't supposed to chew gum in school, so we hold the chiclets in our mouth until we go outside for recess. Then we chew the chiclets to death and stick the goo on the bottom of our desk when we come back inside. Most of the kids now, most of the kids know I am in this class because I'm from another country, not because I really belong here, or maybe I do belong there. It's been 8 months since school started, and our teacher promised I wouldn't be in the class for long. I am not dumb. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. The first time I worked up the courage to raise my hand in class was a few weeks after we had arrived from Cuba, and I was wearing flip-flops instead of shoes and socks like the other kids. But when our teacher, Miss Sarita, called on me to answer the math problem, I didn't have the words to say the number in English. Well, Ruth, she asked, staring down at my bare foot, do you know the answer or not? I froze, and a few kids laughed at me, but not Romu. He's not dumb either. Ramu is in our class because he's also from a different country. He comes from India and was raised there by his grandmother, who only speaks a language called Bengali. His parents came to New York first, and after they made enough money, they brought Ramu and his little brother Avik here. Ramu has picked up English faster than I have because his parents know English and force him to speak it at home. Mine are always yelling, Habla en español, especially Mama who can understand a little English, but it has to embarrass, but is usually too embarrassed to try to speak it. Ramo is skinny. He bows his head when anyone talks to him. I am his only friend, and that's because he lives down the hall from us on the sixth floor of our apartment building. Ramo brings Avik to school, and I bring my brother Izzy. Our little brothers are in the same kindergarten class, but after school, Ramo and Avik rush straight home. Mrs. Sharma doesn't let them play with the other children. Their apartment smells different from ours. I get whiffs of it whenever we stumble into each other on the way to school. Today, when Ramu and Avik stepped into the hall, Izzy and I were waiting for the elevator, and I asked, what is that perfume? It's my mother's scary, Ramu says. What's scary? A spice. It makes everything taste good, even cauliflower. That's amazing. Yes, it is. And my mother burns a sandalwood and size. She says it's good for meditation, and the spirits like it too. Spirits? People who used to build people who sorry. Um okay. Spirits. People who used to be alive when they are not alive anymore become spirits. My grandmother says they are all around us. We can see them, but they watch over us. Of course, spirits don't eat, but they can smell. fragrant things like a curry. During lunch at the cafeteria, Ramu offers me something from his lunchbox, a pastry filled with mashed potato his mother made. It's a samosa, Ramu tells me. Maybe you'll find it too spicy. Some kids at table pretend to hold their noses. Once it smells like sweaty armpits. No, it doesn't, I shout back. I take a slow first bite. It tastes like a paparellina, a crispy stuffed potato my nanny Cara made for me as snack in Cuba. Eating Ramos samosa makes me feel like a Cara and Cuba aren't so far away. It's real good. Thanks, Ramu. Ramu gives me a shy smile. Very, very glad you liked it. I beg Mama to make pastilotos de cuyaba after Izzy and I get home. The following day, I give Ramu one of the sweet pastries at lunch. The filling is guava fruit. I hope you like it, I tell him. Ramu eats it slowly without saying a word. When he's done, he finally says, "I like gavus. We have them in India too." And I sign. And do you have mangoes in India? Oh yes, drippy sweet mangoes, just like in Cuba. I don't just miss the mangoes, Ramu says. I miss being able to go outside and play with my friends. My mother worries too much about us. She doesn't let us do anything by ourselves. I know what you mean. In Cuba, even when I was 5 years old, my mother used to let me take a taxi all by myself to go visit my aunt Zuala, who used to sew pretty dresses for me. Can you imagine? Yes, here everything is different, he says with a faraway look in his eye, but maybe one day we'll both get to taste mangoes in India and Cuba, I say, trying to cheer him up. Oh, Ruthie, I like that. You have such an imagination. Thank you for listening to the show Read Aloud, and I'll see you